Hey y'all, I decided to just go live on Facebook. I didn't really feel like editing up a YouTube video because there's so much stuff going on. The American people, man, when it comes to foreign policy, the American people is really just undereducated. They are thoroughly brainwashed. It doesn't matter, like, when it comes to the mainstream media and foreign policy, I don't listen to none of that shit. Like, I have to go outside. I have to listen to foreign media outlets because everything is just so damn pro-war, illogical, and, America has to be this country that's just a beacon of the free world, and we just gotta invade everybody and never pull out and gotta always support our allies. And not a single American can name one freaking benefit for any of these wars. Not a single one. And every president wins on an anti-war platform. But we're going to get into that in just a minute. The reason why I wanted to bring up this CNN LGBTQ town hall is because I thought it was very disrespectful to black people, because I'm like, here we go again, where they keep saying that the black vote is the most important vote to the Democrat Party, yet CNN cannot find time to do a complete town hall on black issues, specifically on black issues, holding all the Democrat candidates up specifically on what they're going to do for black people. Instead, they do it for the LGBT community. I'm like, what more do these people need? What more do the LGBTQ community need? I don't understand. They're thoroughly represented in the media. They can get married. You can't say anything about them. Like, what? Like, it's almost as if now it's more of a transgender thing. It's more of forcing people to accept transgenders as the opposite sex by ignoring biological reality. I think that's what it is, because I don't know what else the LGBT community is fighting for. I don't, like, if someone doesn't like you, they just don't fucking like you. You can't legislate someone liking you. You know what I'm saying? So, you had this transgender, right? She was being introduced. I don't even know the name. I don't know. It was something. And that transgender said, it's violence misgendering a transgender. And I'm like, what? Like, what the hell are you talking about? How is that violence? And when I see things like this, y'all, what they're attempting to do is they're attempting to legislate laws for saying, if you don't see me as this opposite sex, you are committing violence. Therefore, something must happen to you. It's very disrespectful to women who are biologically that gender. Because it's like, you don't give a damn about their experience. You're like, it's almost like a jealousy thing. Nobody sees transgender, well, trans women, because it's mostly trans women. Seems like trans men are minding their own business. It just seems like it's only trans women. Because they understand that, let's just be real, they don't have a vagina. And they understand that separates them. Like, if a heterosexual person looks at them, and they understand that person does not have a vagina, they do not see that person as a woman anymore. I don't care about the surgery. I don't care how much money you spent. You, in our minds, are a biological male. Now, we'll probably be nice and call you a female, but you are a biological male in our minds. And no matter what type of legislation and old transgenders being killed is going to change that. And I don't like this argument that transgenders are being killed. Based off what? Why? You know what I'm saying? They just come out as if men are just standing around and we see a transgender and we just kill them. No, there's got to be a reason for why you're dying. Now, me personally, I don't agree on killing anyone. I wouldn't kill a transgender. I wouldn't kill anyone. But if you are looking like a biological female and you are having relationships with heterosexual men, and the heterosexual male on the other side perceives you as a female, and he's taking you out, he's spending you money, he's flying you out, y'all may do something sexual, and then he finds out you're a man, he may just do something to you. That's just facts. Because in this mind, he's thinking he's dealing with a heterosexual female. And then you just lay it on him. You cannot do that. If you want to do something like that, you need to tell that man up front on the first text, hey, just let you know I'm transgender. That's probably why I don't see no other reason why this whole transgender are dying and you put no context on it. Like, no, I'm not going to just believe you're just out here dying simply because you're trans. No, there's some context as to why. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? No one is just hunting them down and just sniping transgenders because they're transgenders. But yeah, so that's what I want to say. I think it's disrespectful because black people, we don't get none of that. Yet these people keep saying our vote's important. But you don't even try to talk about any policy that affects us. And what are we going to do as black people? Are we going to ever have any consequences? Are we going to administer any type of consequences ever? Or are we just going to vote because the white liberal says that, hey, black people vote Democrat because that's what you're just supposed to do? You know, I know a lot of black people, I swear to God, they sit around when election time coming. They don't do no research on none of the candidates. They just wait until they find out who the Democrat front runner is. And then when it's time to go vote, they just vote for that Democrat front runner. That's it. There is no analysis on policy, no analysis on anything. It's just, this is the Democrat front runner, therefore I'm black and I have to vote for that. And every Democrats understand that. That's why they don't do no policy for us, because they understand this is how black people vote. Damn, they don't ask us for shit. All we got to do is just talk about how bad white people are, and that's it. They don't ask us for shit else. The Republicans are like, shit, we're never going to win their vote. They think we're racist, so why even talk to them? Why even try? And we just continue the same pattern. Like, I don't understand the logic. If someone has logic to that, let me know. I'm lost. There's no logic. There's no logic to that. But anyways, so I just want to say that, like, we really gotta wake up to that. Is so disrespectful to have a town hall on a minority group and completely ignore black people who are supposed to be holding up the damn Democrat Party. That is so disrespectful. And they need to be called out on that. Like, I don't even understand how that can stand. That's so disrespectful. But we're still going to go out and vote for them, and they're going to keep doing that. And that's on us. That's not on them at that point. That's on black people for never taking a stand and not tolerating this bullshit. When it comes to Donald Trump and what's going on in Syria, and this is one of the main reasons why I vote for Trump. Like I said, I listen to policy. I don't care about emotions. I don't care about left, right. I listen to policy. Trump pulling out of Syria is why I voted for him. When he said we didn't need to be in that war, it had nothing to do with us. Trump was absolutely right. We invaded Iraq. Bullshit happened. Americans died. Created a terror haven in Iraq. We did the same thing in Libya. Took out Gaddafi, terror haven. Now we're doing the same thing in Syria. And it's like, how many times, like, this is on American people as a whole. How many times can you do the same thing over and over again and not learn from it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I never understand. We had no business in Syria in the first place. So everyone's talking about, oh, the Kurds. Had we not even been involved in that conflict, there would be no reason to be protecting no damn Kurds. And when you see Republicans and Democrats in the media talk about the Kurds, they're talking that shit so we can stay in that conflict forever. It does not benefit us. It benefits military-industrial complex. It benefits banksters. It benefits rich people who just profit off these wars. But the average American, you just fight and die for shit that does not have nothing to do with you. So yes, Trump is going to take heat from all sides in this matter. And this is where I go completely against conservatives on this. Fox News, I don't watch Fox News. Like, the only time I watch Fox News is to see what the right is thinking. And then I will watch CNN or MSNBC to see what the left is thinking and see what ways are they going corrupt. But I never watch these networks to actually learn and educate myself, because I know how corporate media is. They show a black and white view and they leave out the shades of gray. So let me tell you guys about the United States. This is for the conservatives. Because you guys seem to think the United States is just in everything. And this is why I can't be a full-blown conservative. We are not just in what we are doing in Syria. We are wrong. We had no business arming. This is a civil war. Just think about it. If United States have a civil war, right? Let's say for some reason we had a race war between the blacks and the Hispanics. It's just whatever. Let's say Russia decides to arm the Hispanics, okay? And then we got another outside country deciding to arm black people. That is going to make the war worse. It's not going to make it better. That's exactly what the United States did. The United States decided to arm the Syrian rebels. A lot of them had terroristic factions. They were cutting off Christians' head. Christians had no problem living underneath Assad. Okay, you guys have to understand this. We illegally entered that country. We never even asked permission. We set up a base there. That's illegal. Nobody can just come into our country and set up a base. But see, you wouldn't know that shit if you watch the media on all sides. Russia, you keep hearing about Russia and Iran and Syria and their allying. That's because Syria is a sovereign nation. They said, hey, Russia, Iran, can you come aid us against these terrorist rebels? They got permission to enter that country. Do you guys see the difference? United States had no permission. And we are instigating that war. We are giving arms to terrorists to not only fight against ISIS, but to overthrow Assad in Syria. So we're fighting a war in two fronts. It's stupid. It makes no sense. And you cannot explain that to the average American on how that benefits them. I don't care if you don't like Muslims. I don't care, conservatives. You talk about spending, and a lot of spending bankrupt this country. Well, this is $1 trillion war bankrupting the country. All empires fall once their economy crumbles. This is why foreign policy is directly tied to domestic policy in the United States. Because the more you spend overseas, that's why cost of living and everything is going up. The dollar is losing its power. It's not backed by anything. It's not like how it was in the early 1900s when it was backed by gold. We have to borrow money from other countries. We have to keep printing it. The more dollars you print in circulation, the more the value goes down. This is why everything is increasing. We have bad spending habits. This is horrible. This is hurting everybody. So no, you guys got to understand the United States is not right and just in all of its wars. We're not this shining beacon. In fact, you guys need to be applauding the goddamn Russians, because the Russians is doing what the United States should be doing. They're like, okay, we see Turkey attacking the Kurds because we pulled out. So how about we negotiate a deal between the Kurds and Syria? Because a lot of them are still Syrian, so we can end these wars. Russia is we want to end the war position. And they're patrolling the Syrian border to stop Turkey from attacking. That's what the United States should be doing. Instead, we're arming one side to attack another side. That's the problem. This is why Trump is being attacked by all sides, because he's in the war machine. And let me tell y'all this before I turn this off. I agreed with Barack Obama when he did that Iran deal, because I was like, there's no need for us to be in a war with Iran. The conservative media went after Obama hard on that. And this is why I'm like, what do you guys want? You guys want to fight Iran too? God damn, is there a war that you don't want to fight? Shit, you want to fight Iran? Hell, do you want to fight Russia next? Like, when does it end? Like, what? Like, we're like 700,000 miles from the Middle East, but we're there. We're like right on Russian border, aiding in a Ukraine civil war. Like, what the hell are we doing? Like, how does that benefit us? Yeah, Russia is right, y'all. I'm sorry. United States is wrong on this. Conservatives, you got to accept that shit. And the problem I have with liberals on this is that liberals are so anti-Trump. They don't agree with the pullout simply because it's Trump. And that's the problem with media right there. You're so emotionally attached against Donald Trump that when he does something right, You just attack them. You don't know shit about the Kurds. You never even heard about the damn Kurds. Now you tell me, oh, we need to defend the eyes. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You just don't like Trump. That's why you want to defend the Kurds, because you just don't like Trump. If it was Obama saying that shit, you would pull out. See, that's why you got to be independent. That's the type of dude I am. If Obama does something right, I'm not going to complain about it because he's Barack Obama. I'll give Barack Obama his kudos, his credit. Same thing with Trump. Does something right, I'll credit him. Does something wrong, I will go after him. And I have went after him some of his foreign policy decisions. So yeah, guys, don't believe the media about this Kurd shit. They just want us to be in this war forever. When you say United States pulling out, leaving our allies abandoned, you're saying we stay there forever. Because we'll never be able to pull out. It's not like Trump or anyone in the media or anyone in Congress is negotiating some type of peace deal between the Kurds and Turkey. They're not doing that shit. They're not. We don't care about that. We just want to overthrow Assad. Thankfully, Donald Trump doesn't listen to his military generals. When the media says he doesn't listen to his military generals, you should be applauding that. Because these military generals, all they want to do is attack this country, that country, never pull out. That's why we're in Afghanistan for damn near 20 years. You guys got to pay attention. Do not listen to the media. Do your own research and think critically and ask yourself, how does this benefit me? How does this benefit America? That's all I want to say.